Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? We are back again in the Dash 8. A little bit more comfortable than I was last time, so I'm looking forward to this. Short hop from Philadelphia International to Reagan National Airport over in DC. It should be about, I think, 119 miles, 40-ish minutes of airtime. Again, I don't think American ever operated this, but someone made a fictional livery for it, and it's the closest thing to a regional that I've got. At least a somewhat modern regional. Weather conditions are not great, but improving here in Philadelphia, and then pretty much the same for DCA, sticking right around the IFR marginal VFR. Ceiling's at 1,000, temperature's just above freezing at about 4 degrees. Nothing this thing can't handle. Hoping to land to the south, but most likely we're planning to land to the north into DCA, which is less fun in terms of approach, but probably easier since I'm still learning this thing. We're loaded up. Takeoff weight's 60,000 pounds, fuel 1,500 for the flight. We've got 6,000 on board just in case we have to divert for an alternate. That's what SimBrief told me. It seemed a little heavy, but it is what it is. I'm happy with it. There's our load plan. Got a checklist. Just need to go ahead and start the APU, and we should be ready to call for startup. Alright, battery, master main aux standby battery on doors, and fueling lights out. APU bleed off, anti-collision red, engines clear for start. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start up the APU. APU bleeds off, and that's power. Starting up the APU. Maybe. There we go. Alright. APU gen on, external power off, and we can go ahead and disconnect our external power. Alright, got ground on 0.9. Already went through and set up a pushback plan because it doesn't work super well in view. I gotta set my altimeter. So 2968. Pretty low pressure. But low temperature, so we kind of balance each other out. Alright. We are, I don't know what gate we're at. I don't think there's a sign anywhere. This is Speedbird. It's PSA Airlines. Speedbird 5437. Let's see if I can remember that. Talk on 1. Philadelphia ground Speedbird 5487. And it's not Speedbird, it's Blue Streak. There we go. Oh, we'll see if they answer.
437, Philadelphia ground, go ahead.
And Philadelphia ground, Blue Streak 5487, ready for push and start.
Blue Streak 5437, you're on ground frequency. Contact tower for departure clearance.
And Philadelphia ground, Blue Streak 5437, ready for taxi. Let's see if he gives me a pushback. Come on. Philadelphia ground, Blue Streak 5437, radio check.
Blue Streak 5437, clear to Reagan. Radar vectors DuPont, Wilmington. Then as filed, climb and maintain 10,000. Departure on 123.8, squawk 1631.
Blue Streak 5437, cleared to Reagan National via radar vectors to DuPont, Wilmington. Then as filed, climb and maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 123.8, squawk 1631.
5437, read back correct.
In Philadelphia ground, blue streak 5437 at the terminal, ready for push and start.
Blue streak 5437, push and start approved. Expect runway 8 for departure.
Push and start approved, expect runway 8 for departure. Blue streak 5437. Alright. That's the words I needed to hear. Let's go ahead and start hooking this up.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
In the meantime, we can go back to our checklist. Alright, engine's clear for start. Beacon's gonna go red. Got our magic tow. Shield.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Yeah, it looks like the weather's lifting somewhat. I'm going to be taking off runway 8, so that direction, probably a right.
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Alright, parking brake's off. Tap the brakes for him. Yeah, that'll help. Just waiting on him.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, starting engines. Ignition's on normal. We're going to go ahead and select 2 and engage the starter. Alright, there's 20%. We're going to go ahead and advance number 2, get some fuel flow. And let me go ahead and see if I can do this. This aircraft is looking fantastic. Alright. Gonna go ahead and put spoilers into taxi, just because I can now. Looks like we had a normal start on number 2. Go ahead and arm ignition 1 and start it up. Just 20%. Go ahead and advance the fuel. So the generator's just switched over, which is good. Alright. Acknowledge the caution. What do we got? Veto heat. Number 1 and 2 AC gens. Both off. Let's see, hold up on this. Alright, external power.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
APU is off. Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, main bus tie is on. Bleed air 1 and 2 on as required. We are going to turn those on. Let's keep 1 in for now.
American 1788 Heavy, ready for taxi.
American 1788 Heavy, pushback and start approved, tail west.
Alright, bleeds
American 1788
on
is ready for taxi,
minimum.
requesting taxi clearance. American 1788 Heavy taxi, 27 left via Juliet, November, crossing 9 left and 03. American 1788 Heavy, we're on the roll now.
Battery temps are checked. Condition levers to max. Is he clear? He is not quite clear. Waiting on the hand signal. Disconnect and hand signals. Alright, once he's clear, we're going to start advancing the props. I'm hoping that clears out my AC generator issues.
Tow is disconnected and bypassed and has been removed.
Yep,
hand
there goes the AC
signal will be on the
generator.
right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Alright, off he goes. Condition levers are max. This morning's one oil. We'll go ahead and turn on our pitot heat. Stand by as well. Stand by hydraulic pressure and PTU control. Both on. Hydraulic pressure and quantity checked and all within the normal range. Number 3 isolation valve open. The system's normal. You can go ahead and close it. Elevator, go ahead and check it without the number 3. Got full travel. Back to norm, flaps select. We're doing a flaps 5 takeoff. I calculated the V speed, so V1, 129, VR 129, V2 is 131. Flap reduction at 141, climb out at 153. Flaps 5. De-ice pressure is check, rudder. Full travel on the rudder. Steering switch. Steering. Windshield heat, side window heat as required, shouldn't be required for now. Flight taxi to taxi, radar nav comm set. Alright. Most likely going to be runway heading after takeoff, which is too far. 080. And we're clear all the way up to 10,000. Increase the setting again. Alright, I'm back after a very short break. I just went ahead and bound some physical buttons to heading and autopilot so I can at least get it in the ballpark with the controller, but it's a little bit too sensitive with the controller to really mess around with that too much. Okay. We're all set up, ready to call for taxi, I believe. Let me finish the checklist quick. And actually, we'll go ahead and arm heading. And go IAS. There we go. Climb out's 153. And altitude select. Perfect. Alright, that's set up. PFD, MFD, and ED. Everything is set. Taxi checks. Taxi light. On. Altimeters are already set. Flight instruments, we'll check them on the roll. Tank aux pumps 1 and 2. Both on. Flaps are set and indicating. Trims 3 set. Alright, trims are all neutral. And takeoff trims in the proper range. Flaps are 5 and indicating. Good. Takeoff warning test, we don't need it. Condition lever is max, 1020. Pitot heat is already on. Ice protection as required. Caution warning lights check. Just got parking brake. Flight clearance reviewed. Cabin secure. Alright, let's go ahead. Warming up. Got pitot heat on. Shouldn't need any other de-ice for now. Let's go ahead and call ground, get taxi instructions. Philadelphia ground, Blue Streak 54 at 37, ready for taxi.
Blue Streak 5437, runway 90 right, taxi via Juliet, Zulu, Sierra, Sierra 13.
think it was. Right, Blue Streak 5437, taxi to 9 right via Juliet Zulu Sierra Sierra 13. See how accurate that is. Juliet Zulu Sierra and Sierra 13. Alright, we're off in 9 right. Go ahead and adjust that heading. Actually, we can do it down here now. 090. On the brakes, release the parking brake. And we can start to roll forward. Give it a little bit of power. Beautiful. Alright, flight instruments, airspeeds and altitudes match. Gonna check my compasses.
Delta 5128, heavy, contact tower on 118.5.
Bit of a right turn.
18.5, Delta 5128.
Compasses match, and left turn. Compasses match. Perfect. Be straight out, right turn onto Juliet. Steady. There we go. Continue to follow Juliet down to Zulu. It'll be a left turn, then a right turn on Sierra. Left turn on Sierra 13, and then we'll be holding short. I will say this aircraft does have a very finicky taxi power. Try 4% torque, see where that gets me. Maybe a little higher, 6%. Got some interesting cloud formations going on. Alright, come back to 4% now. Go ahead and add through is set up my source FMS1 and FMS2 over there. Ooh, steady. Got my tiller mapped to a just a little like axis lever just to the right of my number 2 throttle, and it's a little finicky, especially if I'm reaching for something in VR. You can accidentally hit it. Nine left. Go ahead and review our plates. Right, 9 left is a 9,500.
Push back and start.
Should be more than acceptable.
Frontier Flight 157, push to start approved, tail northeast.
Frontier Flight 157, push back and start approved, tail northeast.
Push to start approved, tail northeast. Frontier Flight 157.
Steady. Again, still not great at taxiing with the tiller. We'll get there though. Probably not confidence inspiring for my passengers. It was 9 right, not 9 left. So 9 right's 12,000 feet. That's plenty. Juliet around to the right. It's probably a good thing they did not give me runway 8, because that thing's only 5,000 feet. Still would have made it, but no reason to put pressure on yourself like that. Still following Juliet. Past the ramp, we can speed up just a little bit. I did watched a few tutorials on this, especially a landing. Didn't realize on my last video there's a decent likelihood that I hit a tail strike. Apparently, and there's a guy on YouTube called, I think his handle's A320 Pilot, but he used to be a real-life -8 Q400 guy, and he was talking about landing at different flap settings, and at flaps 15, you come in a little bit nose low. Alright, let me make sure I don't blast through my turn here. Keep going up. Flaps 15, you approach a little bit nose low, and so the concern is a nose gear strike prior to main wheel. But at flaps 35, which is what I approached in last time, you actually run a risk of a nose high. Let me see if I might be getting that backwards. I think I'm getting that backwards. Never mind. As I was, flaps 15, you approach slightly nose high, and so it sounds like most pilots actually approach at VREF plus 10, or V approach plus 10, just to keep that nose attitude a little bit lower, because if you're
off the ground, Eastern 2440,
descending at 2 degrees nose up, and
push
flare
and
3
start.
degrees, you're at a 5-degree limit.
40 push and start approved, tail east.
Yeah, let me back up.
Start is approved, tail east, Eastern
5-degree up
2440.
is the nose limit on touchdown. There we go. So if you're already at 2 degrees nose high on your approach, that means you've got 3 degrees to work with on the flare, which I went back and watched the video. I was definitely at 2 or 3 degrees, flared up to maybe 6. Now I think it was probably okay because it was a fairly smooth touchdown. Not great, but fairly smooth. But had the had those struts compressed anymore, probably would have rubbed the tail a little bit. Anyway, so that's flaps 15. Flaps 35, you actually approach nose low. And so with that, the consideration is making sure that you don't hit nose gear first. You want to land on main gear still. Now that we got that cleared up. So given the runway length from DCA, I want to say it's about 7,000 feet. I'll check once I get in the air. Might do a flaps 15 approach. Give it a try, give it a feel. And then he did talk a lot about using power. With flaps 15, you almost want to add power to compensate for your inability to flare. Again, you've only got about 3 degrees to work with in the flare, so if you just bump the throttle up a bit, because of the nature of a turboprop, you'll get airflow over the wing immediately. And that's going to result in lifts that'll kind of cushion that touchdown. Flaps 35, because you're already nose low on final, you actually want to start, just so you would as a normal like multi-engine, you want to start bringing the power out.
Shan 37, contact tower on 118.5, take care.
Tower on 118.45, you as well, Blue Streak 5437. Work the power out here. Hold short. That's not at all what I wanted. There we go. Alright, line up. Come on. Crew notification, you can go ahead and shine them in the back. Lead air 1 and 2, min and off. Flip the leads off for takeoff. Anti-collision to white, transponder is on. Remove the control lock and check our flight controls. Full elevator. Full aileron. We already checked full rudder. Flight taxi, do flight. Taxi and landing lights on and off. We'll grab that after clearance. Right, tower is 118.5. And we're pretty much ready to go.
American 2450. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Contact ground 121.9er, American 2450.
Philadelphia Tower, Blue Streak 5437, hold short runway at 9 right, ready for takeoff.
Blue Streak 5437, Philadelphia Tower, hold short runway 9 right, approved.
And Philadelphia Tower, Blue Streak 5437, hold short 9 right, ready for takeoff. Spoilers to flight now. Come on. I swear, it's about 50-50 whether or not the ATC does what you want it to do. I feel like it's actually stepped back a little bit. I flew last night in the King Air just to make sure everything worked after my last recording, and it was great. No issues whatsoever, but not doing it again today. Philadelphia Tower, Blue Streak 5437, hold short 9 right, ready for takeoff. Creep up a little bit, maybe that'll catch their eye. Alright. Philadelphia Tower, Blue Streak 5437, radio check.
Blue Streak 5437, runway 9 right, wind 0 020 at 6, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, clear for takeoff, 9er right, blue streak 54 at 37. Alright. Flight director's configured. And strobes on, landing on, taxi off. Mostly a headwind, shouldn't be too much of a concern. Especially not with a 12,000 foot runway to work with. Start walking the throttle up. Through the detent. Perfect. Working the power up. Alright, spoilers are down. Neutralize the tiller, and I'm on the pedals now. There's 60 knots. Takeoff power is set. Cross-checked at 80.
Flight 682, contact departure.
3-1 and rotate.
Over to the watch roll, 682.
Flight 682, take in your message.
Tower, Empire 828, can we get a handoff to ground,
Flaps
please?
up. A little bit fast, gonna keep it pitching up.
Blue Streak 5437, contact departure on 123.8.
Departure on 123.8, blue streak 5437. Alright, get a power reduction back to about 85, that'll give me a good climb power. And if I can find my controller. Take the autopilot and yaw damper. Perfect. Alright, gears up, flaps are configured. 123.8 is our next frequency. Philadelphia departure, blue streak 5437, heading 090 2900 up to 10,000. Didn't get that set right. There we go.
Blue Streak 5437, Philadelphia approach, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000. Turn right heading 230, vectors to DuPont, Wilmington. Then is filed.
Climb, maintain 10,000, turn right heading at 230, vectors to DuPont, then is filed. Blue Streak 5437. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to start accelerating. Start with 175, get up to that, and then we'll keep working our way up. Heading is 230, I'm going to move my seat down just a bit. After takeoff, landing gear up, flap 0, climb power is set, bleed air 1 and 2 on. Standby hydraulic pressure and PTU control, both back to normal. Tank aux pumps 1 and 2 off. Auto feather off. Don't think we had auto feather on, so that's good. And temps pressures all within the green. We can go ahead and bring our prop back to about 900 for the climb. Ice protection as required. We are going to start to get into a little bit of an icing condition here. Accelerate again. Q400. Cabin pressure and temperature controls and passenger signs as required. Alright, pressurization is looking good. We can throw bleeds to norm. Landing lights come off, strobes off, and back to red. Leave windshield heat on, pitot heat's on. 210. Let me bring this down just a little bit. Can actually partly cover up this other iPad right here.
Blue Streak 5437, expect the Clipper 3 arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
Expect the Clipper 3 arrival, Blue Streak 5437.
Philadelphia approach.
Alright. So we have the Clipper 3 arrival in.
Blue Streak 5437, expect the ILS runway 1 approach into Reagan.
Expect the ILS runway 1 approach into Reagan, Blue Streak 5437. Alright. Go ahead and start planning for that. 1,000 feet prior.
Blue Streak 5437, expect the Clipper 3 arrival, ILS runway 1 approach into Reagan.
Expect the Clipper 3 arrival, ILS runway 1 into Reagan, Blue Streak 5437. And 10,000 feet, we can technically accelerate past 250. So we're going to. Let's go ahead and set cruise of about 80%. Let's see where that gets us. Procedure. Approach. ILS runway 1 will be vectored. Probably to catch it now. Will be a Cat B aircraft. Category. No, we're just going to do a Category 1 ILS. We'll need Cat 2. Add that to the route. Go ahead and brief the Clipper 2. So we're going to be joining. Sorry, Clipper 3. We'll be joining at Eyes, most likely. We have Clipper in the flight plan. We don't have Baltimore. Eyes is the first fix if you're not doing the transition. At least as is normally flown. So, Eyes to Brunick to Felty, Cavdy, and then somewhere along here we will get vectors to Katrin. I'm gonna pull power back again. Watch my speed. Knock out our cruise checklist while we're here. Altimeter is set, power is set, cabin pressure check, lights as required. Already did those on the climb out. And then for the approach, throw ATIS into number 2, 132.65. Approach is already loaded. If we go to flight plan, all the way through Cavdy, and then we're vectors to the ILS 01, Katrin, and runway 01. Perfect. Alright, we're getting a little close to our VNE. I'll pull power back to about 60. There we go. 62. 62 feels good. Through rain now, we're definitely below freezing. Time to go ahead and start cycling the anti-ice just to be safe. Philadelphia approach, Blue Streak 5437. Did you want us to direct DuPont at some point?
Blue Streak 5437, 437, vectors to DuPont, Wilmington, are included in your clearance. Continue as filed.
Alright. Continue as filed, Blue Streak 5437. We'll see how he does. This is the copter ILS, that's not the one that I want. Now let's reload runway 1. Alright, 1099. Put that in. Then both final approach course is 007. Touchdown zone elevation is 14 feet. So we got Catcher in 2500, Bat in 1600, JRL at 620. And then for Category 1 ILS, we are 214 feet decision altitude, 200 feet above touchdown. Be very interested to see how ATC manages this, because we're now past DuPont. We're almost past Baines. I could just be vectored the whole way, to be honest. It's short enough flight. Alright. Anyway, 214 is decision altitude. I'll put in DH, if I can remember where it's at. DH of... I remember this one being a pain. Alright. Can do the roll. $135, $140, $160. Almost there. $200. Perfect. Just gonna ask. Philadelphia approach, Blue Streak 5437. We're now well past DuPont. Can we go direct to Clipper?
Blue Streak 5437, roger, direct Clipper.
Direct Clipper, Blue Streak 5437. Alright, I'll start turning us in that direction now. Direct 2. 5. And nav source is FMS. Take nav. Alright.
Blue Streak 5437, contact Dover approach on 125.9er.
Dover approach 125.9er, Blue Streak 5437. Dover approach, Blue Streak 5437, 10,000 feet direct Clipper.
Blue Streak 5437, Dover approach, good afternoon, Smyrna altimeter 2967.
Altimeter 2967, Blue Streak 5437. Come on. There we go. So close. There we go. Beautiful. Well, it's shaping up to be a little bit nicer. Let me grab the weather quick while it's calm.
V2 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 33, 4, 1. Wind 330 at 16 gusting 24. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Scattered at 1300 feet. Scattered at 3000 feet. Broken at 10,000 feet. Temperature 6. Dew point 2. Altimeter 2972. Density altitude -800 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have Information Hotel.
Information Hotel.
Washington Reagan National.
16 gust 24. That'll make for an interesting landing. 330. They may put me onto runway 33. Which I think the only way to get to 33 is a circle to land. But I could be wrong. There's an RNAV. Which would actually be fun. We'll see. If we look at the airport itself, runway 1, 7,100 feet, runway 33, 5,000 feet, both of which we're more than capable of taking. Just depends on what they give us. Gonna continue to plan for the ILS one, but we will see. Alright, no direct clipper. Expect to be on the ground in about 25 minutes. I believe we're fighting a headwind, 36 knots.
437, contact Potomac approach on 125.525.
Potomac approach 125.525, lead streak 5437. One 525. Potomac approach, blue streak 5437, 10,000 feet, direct clipper.
Blue streak 5437, Potomac approach. Good afternoon, Cessna altimeter 2971.
2971, blue streak 5437. This is the hardest thing. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and this number 2 nav source, go to ILS2, and we'll put in the final approach course 007, which is up here. Nope. Alright, that's set. Do a master crossfill here. Sync everything. We should be direct to Clipper number 5. Alright, we'll transfer the master to number 2. Nav and altitude. Alright, and then I can do the same thing on my side. Nav source to ILS1. Course. Spin it around. Come on. 007. Alright. Back to FMS1. Transfer to my side. Altitude and nav. Perfect. Alright, displays are set. And we'll go ahead and run through the briefing for that approach one more time. Alright, primary guidance is going to be the IDCA localizer 1099. Verified that. Final approach course 007, touch on zone elevations 14 feet. There's 2 NOTAMs. Runway 4 is closed landing, runway 22 is closed to takeoff. Perfect. ADIS is on 132 at 6.5. We have information hotel. Washington Towers on 1191. I'll go ahead and put that in standby. Clicking that left turn at Clipper here soon. Alright, Washington Towers in standby. No SDME is required, we have it. Prohibited area 1.5 north of Ronald Reagan Washington National. Avoid surface to 18,000 feet. Radar required. We have radar contact. Use DME when on the localizer course. Again, capture in 2,500, bad in 1,600, and that's our glide slope intercept. And then fly the ILS down to 214, 200 feet above the ground. Misapproach, climb to 420 feet, then climbing left turn to 2,200 outbound on the DCA VOR radial 325 to Georgetown. We got that programmed in. There's the left turn. So yeah, the missed approach, we should have
United 1549, descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
shouldn't need to use it.
You just told me to descend and maintain 6,000. Potomac approach with United 1549. Do you want me to descend to 6,000 or maintain 8,000? Descend and maintain 6,000.
Alright, we'll go ahead. Should have been a little bit more diligent. We don't need much in the way of ice protection right now. Anyway, as I was saying, we shouldn't go missed approach for weather. We might go for wind if it's not super stable. In that case, it's just the left turn out over the water, and then generally follow the river until we can get everything situated. I will throw the DCA, not the localizer, but the VOR in standby just in case we have to switch to it. 1110.
Cleared Clipper 3 into Reagan. When you're ready, descend and maintain 8,000. Altimeter 2971.
Cleared Clipper 3 into Reagan, descend and maintain 8,000, blue streak 54 at 37. Alright, pull the power out. Chime the back. As soon as we hit
437, cleared Clipper 3 into Reagan, descend and maintain 8,000.
Cleared Clipper 3 into Reagan, descend and maintain 8,000, blue streak 54 at 37. So we hit about 245. I'll take IAS and we'll start our descent. 246, 245, altitude select.
Blue Streak 5437, descend and maintain 7100, turn left heading 180 vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Down to 7100, left 180 vectors for the ILS 01, blue streak 5437. So much for the arrival, I guess. Alright, altitude down to 7,100. We need to start that left turn. So we'll take heading. And 7,100 set. Forgot to tell them we have information hotel, but generally the AI ATC doesn't seem to care as far as what weather you've got. Alright, we can, let me actually play around with this. So we can command master heading of 180, enter. slow back. About 235. So now we should be able to take nav.
Coming clearance, King Air 2010 Bravo. Request RIR clearance to Manchester.
Beautiful.
King
All
Air
right.
201 Sierra Bravo, Potomac approach, cleared to Manchester Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 13,000. Departure on 125.525. Squawk 4350. Roger. Cleared to Manchester Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 13,000. Departure on 125.
Activate the approach.
525. Squawk 4350.
Try to
King
hold
Air,
220.
November 2010 Bravo.
Yes, there's a function with the UNS-1 that I wasn't aware of where you can put in a command heading, and then in LNAV you'll follow that heading select. It makes it a little bit easier to get aligned with the final approach course, because it should just turn you right onto it. You can hit intercepts and then it'll automatically capture. It's essentially the same thing as using the heading mode, but it's a little bit less that you have to fiddle with up here, which is pretty nice. Alright, descent checklist. Altimeter is set. What did Ada say it was? 2972 or 2971. I'm guessing approach gave us a more accurate altimeter, so we'll stick with that. Approach and landing briefing many times. Cabin altitude controls. Landing altitude is set. Is there a cabin altitude dial somewhere? I'm sure there is. Dutch temperature. There it is. Cabin altitude 7,000. We're at 7,000. Differential 0. We're good to go. Ice protection as required. Ice protection's off for now. We'll see if we need it. But not looking too bad. I'm good playing around. If we were flying an LNAV approach, I would stick with what I've got, and then you can see it'll give you a VNAV path to follow. But since we're doing an ILS, we're using ground-based nav, I'm going to switch back over to heading, and then we'll just arm localizer and approach. Go from there. I'll still keep tracking everything in here. But yeah.
Turn right heading 1905.
Right 1905, Blue Streak 5437. So now I can hear 195. There we go.
Over to 25525, Delta 4195.
Our estimated landing weight's about
Good evening.
60.
Potomac approach, Delta 4195, descending through 117 for 5,000. Heading.
Alright, we're gonna go 59,400 because I think we took off
4195, descend and maintain 5,000.
the flaps 15. It's gonna
Down
be
to
right for
5,000.
124.
Delta 4195.
And a flap reduction of 128. pretty much adjacent to Reagan out there. Can't really see. We're below that overcast layer now. We just got scattered 1,300, scattered at 3,000 to deal with. Which looks somewhat accurate. It's never perfect. Alright, altimeters are set. Lights. Below 10,000, we'll put our strobes on. Landing flap, we're going to select 15. Fuel transfer is off. Pretty balanced anyway. Alright, and we'll hold on the rest of this. They're pretty much vectoring us on a downwind right now. Right downwind, and it'll be... Let me go ahead and activate the approach, make it easier. Yep, so it'll be right turn, probably another right turn for about a 45 to a 30 degree intercept, and then we'll be on the localizer. And good to go.
Turn right, heading 210.
Right 210, Blue Streak 5437. Alright, we're getting some arcing vectors, which is fun. Go ahead and double check.
Sky conditions. Scattered at 1300 feet. Scattered at 3,000 feet. Broken at 10,000 feet. Temperature 6. Dew point 2. Altimeter 2972. Density altitude -800 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Washington Reagan National. Information hotel.
Alright.
2052 Zulu.
Weather remains unchanged.
Traffic inside, no factor, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey.
Piaggio Whiskey Alpha Whiskey, contact Reagan Tower on 119.1.
Turn right heading 210, Delta 715. Traffic at my 12 o'clock, 2 miles, same altitude.
Seems like about 50% of the time the clouds look really good, and another 50% of the time they kind of just take on some weird shapes. But right now they're looking, I think I've got them set on high. I don't think my computer can really perform with them any higher than that. But they're looking pretty decent. See if I can make this any brighter. I can. Beautiful. Let's see. Play around with the weather radar for a bit. Been a little slower than I'd like to. Pick the speed up.
437, turn right heading 240.
Right heading 240, Blue Streak 5437. Alright, my tiller is neutral. That's good. Just barely can't see DC. Should have a pretty nice view on final. Working that headwind again now. Lower the gain on the weather radar a bit, see if that gets me anything. Got some activity out to the west of the airfield. It tilts down.
Couple of 5437, contact reduction approach on 120.05.
Over to approach on 120.05.
Charlie Mike,
Approach Blue Streak 5437, 7,100 feet, heading 240.
Blue Streak 5437, Tucson approach. Good afternoon, Reagan, altimeter 2971.
Altimeter 2971, Blue Streak 5437. An interesting handoff, was not expecting that. Tuxedo approach. Is that what that is? And they're pushing me way out here. We're now in a cloud. And rain. Alright. Ice protection. Back on. We're 18.7 miles from Katrin. That's horrific. Adding 15 minutes to this flight just on vectors. Yeah, it got dark though. Wow. I feel like it's urgent that I turn, but it's really not too bad. So I got 6 miles to the course. Am I getting a localizer signal? I am not. 1099. At least I'm not getting DME. Might be getting localizer. We're still 10 miles out from intercept. About 30 miles from the airport. We flew almost. Let's see. Flew a good quarter of the flight plan past Reagan, which is interesting. Hoping for another turn soon.
turn right heading 360.
Right heading 360, blue streak 5437. There we go. Oh, too far. Come back. Alright.
Firefly Air 45, contact Potomac, departure on 125.525.
Contact
Expecting,
Potomac, departure on 125.525, Firefly Air 45.
A little bit of turbulent air. Not too bad. Back in the clouds. Put anti-ice on just to be safe. Approach blue streak 5437. We're experiencing some mild turbulence. Any chance we could get lower?
Blue streak 5437, descend and maintain 3500.
Down to 3500, blue streak 5437. Alright, again, I'll get it close. Take, where is it? IAS and select. Just pull the power out. Speed up to about 225. And then I'll fine tune it.
Blue streak 5437, contact Quantico approach on 127.05.
Quantico approach 127.05, blue streak 5437. Quantico approach, blue streak 5437, 6,400 down to 3,500, heading 360, vectors for the ILS runway 1 to Reagan.
Blue streak 5437, Quantico approach, descend and maintain 3500. Turn right heading 045, vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Down to 3500, right 045, vectors for the ILS 01, blue streak 5437. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Blue streak 5437, turn right heading 045, vectors for the ILS runway 01 approach.
Right heading 045, vectors for the ILS 01. Are you sure that heading is correct? Blue streak 5437. Maybe they're vectoring me around, there's really no approach that I can see that did have to vector me around. Interesting. Maybe there's still an issue with the vectoring logic.
Saratoga 7, Papa Papa, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
Going to 119.85, Saratoga 927, Papa Papa.
Alright, that's going to be me next as well.
79 Quebec is cleared to Leesburg via radar vectors to Casanova at 6,000. Frequency is 127.05, squawk 3524, 7893 Quebec.
Alright, we're at our altitude. I'm going to walk the power back now. Back up. Quantico approach, Blue Streak 5437. You got me vectored away from the approach course. Did I get a left turn, maybe direct to Katrin?
Blue Streak 5437, turn left heading 275.
Oof. Left heading 275, Blue Streak 5437. And they've got me all over the place today.
Blue Streak 5437, contact Potomac approach on 128.0.
Potomac approach 128.0, Blue Streak 5437. Alright, that was not me next. Excuse me. Potomac approach, Blue Streak 5437, 3,500, heading at 275 vectors for the ILS-1 to Reagan.
Blue Streak 5437, Potomac approach. Good afternoon, Reagan, altimeter 2974.
2974, and we got information hotel, Blue Streak 5437. Four 2974. All right. Hoping for kind of a 45-degree right turn and then an intercept. 5 miles, 6.5 miles off the course now.
Blue Streak 5437, turn left heading 240.
Negative, Blue Streak 5437. I need a right turn direct to Katrin. I'm not going to play this game anymore.
Blue Streak 5437, turn right heading 310, direct.
Right heading 310, Blue Streak 5437.
Departure, Vision Jet 927 Papa with you, 4,000. Vectors to puff, then as filed, climb and maintain 11000. Vision Jet 927 Papa.
Potomac approach, Blue Streak 5437. Do you want us to join the localizer for 01?
Vision Jet 7 Papa, climb and maintain flight level 190. Vision Jet 7 Papa, contact Potomac approach on 119.85. Blue Streak 5437, turn left heading 340, intercept localizer runway 01, descend and maintain 2500.
Right turn 340, intercept the localizer to runway 01, down to 25 at 00, Blue Streak 5437. Alright, take nav. Actually gonna have to swing around a little bit. Altitude can come down to 2500, IAS and altitude select. Nav source to localizer. Looks like we have a valid signal. Heading select to nav. Just to confirm, that was 2,500 feet, Blue Streak 5437.
Blue Streak 5437, affirm, descend and maintain 2500 feet.
Down to 2500 feet, Blue Streak 5437. Alright. There we go. Go ahead and intercept.
2500.
Got a crazy left crosswind right now. Alright, we can go ahead and arm. Let's see, where is it? Approach. I'm not cleared for it, but we're armed for it. I'm expecting 11985 after this. Go ahead and throw that in.
Blue Streak 5437, contact Reagan Tower on 119.1.
Over to 119.1, and we're cleared for the ILS 01, Blue Streak 5437. .1 ground is on 121.7, so I'll throw that in standby so we're ready with it. Alright, coming up on the localizer. We're going to start working the speed back now, finishing up the approach checks. Aux pumps 1 and 2 on. Standby and utility, or PTU, both on. Track pressure and quality check. Passenger signs are on. Caution and warning lights are clear. There's the glide slope. Keep the speed at about 190 for now. Cabin is secure. Alright, landing checklist. Flaps, landing gear. Lights come on. Bleed 1 and 2, min as required. So bleeds are off. Just be safe to min. FA notification, we'll go ahead and chime them. Hold in 190. Try to make this as painless as possible, considering we had a 25-minute vectoring delay. Alright, about 5 miles out, I'm gonna throw props up to max. That's gonna introduce quite a bit of drag. So I'll bring the power up. Set. And below 200, take flaps 5, gear down. Got Alexandria off to our left side now. Awesome place. Alright, geared down, flaps 15 speed is 172, or below that. Flaps to 15. That'll be configured for landing. We got strobes on, landing lights on. Didn't contact. Reagan Tower, Blue Streak 5437, established on the ILS 1. There we go.
Blue Streak 5437, Reagan Tower, roger, continue approach runway 1.
Continue approach runway 1, Blue Streak 5437.
Blue Streak 5437, Reagan Tower, winds 330 at 16, gusting 24. Runway 1, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 1, Blue Streak 5437. My aircraft, VREF plus 10 on the speed.
500.
Approach is looking pretty stable. Correct, a little bit back to the left there. Got that left crosswind. A little bit high.
Minimums.
Continue.
Minimums. Terrain. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Alright, there's my maximum nose height. And we are down. Let's get the nose gear down. On the brakes. Come back into the disconnect range. There we go.
Blue Streak 5437, contact ground on 121.7.
Ground on 0.7, Blue Streak 5431. Alright. On the tiller, come off the runway to the left. Start cleaning it up. Spoilers off. Landing lights off. Taxi lights on. Flaps up. And, yeah. Reagan ground, Blue Streak 5437 off of runway 1 on November.
Blue Streak 5437, Reagan ground, you're on ground frequency. Contact tower for departure clearance.
Reagan ground, Blue Streak 5437, clear of runway 1, ready for taxi to the gate.
Blue Streak 5437, taxi to Terminal 2, gate E46 via November. Have a good day.
Terminal 2, gate E46 via November, Blue Streak 5437. Alright, where's Terminal 2, E46? Alright, it'll be right turn following November here. Bring the control lock back. Control lock is set after landing. Control lock is on. Transponder, we'll leave it on. For ground control. Radar 2, stand up. Flaps are up. Boxes 1 and 2. Off. Yaw damper. Off. Spoiler is to taxi. Anti-collision is red. There we go. Should be a left turn right here, and then E46 is going to be the furthest one on the right. Lights is required. Pitot heat off. The rest of the anti-ice off. Wait for the catering trucks. They'll still wait for us. Windshield heat's off. Now it isn't. Bus protection switches as required, main bus ties tied, APU. We'll just hop on ground power so we don't need them. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and start her up. Bleeder 1 and 2 will stay off. We can take the APU bleed though. Alright. necessarily trust my wing clearance with that last one, so that's 48, so it is this very last one. Alright. Taxi light can come off. Alright, our wing is clear. And we'll ground guide again. Perfect. Alright, park brake set. And passenger signs off. Taxi lights off, emergency brakes on. PTU and standby pressure back to normal. Power levers are disconnect condition. Back to strong feather. Passenger signs already off, nose wheel steering off, radar is off, transponder is standby, radar's off, anti-skid off, bleed air 1 and 2 men off, APU GPU is required, emergency lights off, condition levers, fuel off. Alright, let's see. Emergency lights off, we'll go ahead and shut down number 2. And number 1. Take the APU gen, bring the main gens offline. Lights is required, battery master, main, aux, and standby. Alright. Let's do this. Bleed air off, generator off. APU can come off. Didn't really need it. And standby aux main, battery master. That's it. Welcome to Reagan. There we go. A little bit of a delay because of ATC, but we made it. So, thank you everyone again for watching, and see you guys later.